look the same as my last video, it's because I'm just filming this intro on the same day. I am so excited for this video because this is going to be my boyfriend's picking my TBR for the week. So I am about to leave and go see my boyfriend. We live 2.5 hours away from each other, so not really long distance, but it's long enough. But I wanted to film this intro before I'm there with him so I can talk about him while he's not here. He has no excuse to not do well because one, he has gone into Barnes & Noble with me countless times. He should know fully well which sections I go to every single time I go in there. Yes, I do walk around the entire store probably 12 times, but consistently I'm always going to fantasy, I'm always going to horror, and I'm always going to the YA TikTok section. Two, when I read books that I really like, or if there are books that I want to talk about, I tell him about them because before I started this channel, he was one of the few people I was talking about books with. So this is his test to see if he truly pays attention to me. I'm also gonna make a little prediction that at some point, somehow, he is going to make the excuse that he doesn't know English that well. So he's Colombian. English is technically his second language. I think his English is beautiful and perfect. I think he does just fine. But when he wants to pretend like he doesn't know something, he always uses that excuse. He's like, I don't know English. Yes, you do. So I could just see him using that as an excuse for not knowing which books to pick out, which in reality, he has no excuses. So next clip you see, I'm gonna be with my boyfriend. I'll introduce him and we're gonna go into Barnes & Noble and have some fun.
You gonna put my seat back, right? Do you remember how it was?
No. I don't know how to just be like, this is my boyfriend.
Oh my God, you did it.
As you can see, we have a guest. So you're laughing at me.
I'm not laughing, I'm just laughing.
You're not laughing, you're just laughing?
I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing.
This is mi novio.
Who am I, Alexis?
I just said it.
Yeah, why did you start YouTube? What made you start YouTube?
He is a big reason why I started YouTube. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Just Google me. You know, on YouTube.
Say your name.
Nicholas.
Where are you from?
Colombia.
Delaware. You were born in Delaware.
I'm from Colombia.
Okay, this is my boyfriend. He is from
Colombia.
Originally Delaware.
Colombia.
Raised in Colombia. He is Colombian.
Colombia.
He also has a channel. I'll link it down below if you want to go check it out. That was good. Wasn't that good?
That was incredible. Oh my God. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to tell me what kind of books you want me to read in your next channel. I'm going to become book. What do you call yourself?
Pre-game interview. How are you feeling? Don't make me laugh.
I'm not making you laugh.
You are. How are you feeling ahead of today's challenge?
Easy. I'm not scared. I'm not nothing. Really hard for you to face me with something that I'm gonna be afraid of.
Can you be serious?
I'm really serious, man. First of all, I'm gonna get all the looks like usual, and then I'm going to books. I'm just gonna get the book.
Do you think you're going to perform well?
My gosh.
Like, how do you actually think you're gonna do?
Alexis, I'm not nervous.
Do you think you're gonna perform well?
Yes. Yeah, I perform super well.
Do you actually think you're gonna pick out books that I want to read?
Girl,
be for real.
I'm being for real.
No, you're not.
You act like you don't know me. You know this person. You know.
They don't.
No, I'm not facing the challenge. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be simple. I know what you like to read. You like the psycho shit.
I'm not. I didn't ask you that question yet. I'm gonna ask you that question when we come back in the car. Okay. So, put a pin in that.
It's giving video games away. Look.
Do you have any specific strategies in this challenge?
No.
You're not gonna go by the cover.
I'm not going to. I mean, I'm gonna read a little bit of the book.
You're gonna read a little bit of the book?
Yes.
Are you gonna read the synopsis on the back of the book?
I don't know what synopsis is. Why didn't you use level 1? English level 1.
There it is. I made a prediction no, I'm not gonna tell you. The description of the book on the back of it.
Huh? I'm sorry, what you said?
It's the description of the book, like on the back of the book.
You're right.
But are you gonna like judge the book by its cover?
No. I mean, yes, I always do. I'm a judge person. For example, like this guy is wearing low socks with Nike shoes. It's just terrible. That's a terrible
outfit. We're not
gonna
make fun of people.
You see how he looks?
Yes. What are you going to be basing your picks off of today?
Of the feeling that the book is giving me. Look, the thing, like, you don't understand this.
The vibe?
You don't understand this. The book gonna talk to you, okay? The
can
book.
be serious.
I'm serious.
Think
I'm
of while
gonna
you're
walk
there.
around. I'm gonna see the book, and the book is gonna look at me, and we're gonna have that connection with the book where I know it's gonna be the one.
Okay, I'm done asking you questions.
What do you mean? No, keep going. Finish.
No, those are all the questions that I have. So we're in the parking lot of Barnes & Noble right now. We're gonna go in there. You're gonna pick out 2 or 3 books. And I'm not gonna help you at all. I'm only gonna tell you if I already have or if I've already read the book, or if you, can you be serious?
I know the books you read.
No, you don't.
I bought you 50% of your books.
That's absolutely not true.
In the past year, I believe I bought you at least 70% of your books.
I don't think that's true. But I'm only gonna tell you if I've already read the book, or if you somehow pick out a book that's part of a series and I haven't read the first book yet. Other than that, I'm not telling you anything.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Let me see you skip. You remember how to skip?
No, I gotta watch the video first though. Absolutely. Come on, go ahead.
Skip in the Barnes & Noble. That was pretty good. You're moving too fast.
Talk to me.
Wow. Are you serious?
I'm reading it. I said I'm picking anything and I'm reading it.
I have that book, and I've talked about it multiple times on my channel.
Well, I didn't read the book, so I can read this back and see what it is about them. Oh, this sounds like you. This sounds like you want to read this. Passes out when she looks at herself in the mirror.
What is that supposed to mean?
When the killing begins again. Okay. Okay. Oh.
I also have that.
I know, but this is sizable.
Yeah, it's big.
I want to read this whole thing. The gap of it.
What does it say?
I don't know.
Let me see it. That says the grip of it. I know it looks like an A, but it's an R.
What is this? Jack? Jim?
I don't know.
Wow, this looks so good. What is it?
I've never watched Star Wars.
What's your problem? You got this book, don't you?
Yeah, you bought me that one.
No.
I read that. Really?
I'm reading that because I like the book, how it looks, so I want to read it in the back. That means I don't.
But this
I don't
isn't
watch the
based off
videos.
what you like.
Well, guess what? You don't even let me read it. Like, what if I want to buy this book for myself?
You don't. Read it.
You see how everything says New York Times bestsellers?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Big gray books.
So we got 9 Lives by Peter Swanson. We got These Silent Woods by Mia Cunningham Grant.
This actually reminds me of a movie. I don't know what movie it is. Will someone get a list of names
Okay.
in the mail?
Okay.
And I got a cat. The cat got 9 lives. They got 7 or 9. And if you're on the list, someone wants you dead.
Did you read the whole thing?
No.
9 strangers receive a list with their names on it in the mail. They don't know each other, they've never met, so they just ignore it until very bad things start happening to people on the list. And then an FBI agent is also on the list herself, and she wants to find out.
I just like the cover of this. This is actually one of my dreams.
That's one of your dreams?
To be in a cabin.
To live like in a place like that?
No, not live. Just to go and see the bears.
See the bears?
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. I didn't even read the back of the
You
book.
didn't read the back?
No.
Wants to go visit a cabin.
Stay there for a couple weeks
We could do that.
and learn how to hunt.
We could do that.
But I don't want to go to a cold place. Like, fuck that. I don't like, no. I'm not staying in the cold. No.
Then where?
There's gotta be places like that in the weather. In the good weather.
Do you see the snow on the ground?
I know there's snow there, but I'm just saying there's gotta be places like that.
Yeah. We could go
Or
like
in the
down
middle of the
south.
country. No, middle of the country.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, middle of the country goes. Yeah, middle of the country. Or down south, yeah. South of North Carolina. Maybe.
Yeah, they have cabins in the woods. In like the mountains.
Yeah.
Like the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, but I want to go to see the bears. So
In
we have to go in the
Tennessee.
middle.
There's bears in Tennessee.
No, those are little bears. I want to see big bears. Brown bears.
Yeah, there's big bears. My mom, we went to Tennessee once.
Do they have black bears or brown bears?
I think they have all the bears.
That's interesting.
We went to Tennessee for a dance competition and my mom was on a run and she saw a bear.
The bear attacked your mom?
No.
Run, Jen. Run, Jen.
Okay, so I actually have had this on my TBR. This is actually a book I wanted to read, so good job.
I know.
So on the back this says, for 8 years, Cooper and his young daughter Finch. What do you think about that for a name for a little girl? Finch.
She gonna get bullied.
Well, I think they live in isolation. There's no one to bully her. They live in a remote cabin in the northern Appalachian woods.
Appalachian.
Appalachian?
Spell that.
APP. And that's exactly the way Cooper wants it because he's got a lot to hide.
Is it in the cold? Oh yeah, it's in the cold.
Yeah, northern Appalachian. That's like where we live.
That's simple. I mean, if you wanna hide dead people.
The only people who know they exist are a mysterious local hermit and Cooper's old friend Jake, who visits each winter to bring them supplies. But this year, Jake doesn't show up, revealing just how precarious their situation really is. And when a stranger wanders into their woods, Finch's growing obsession with her could put them all in danger. After a shocking disappearance threatens to upend the only life Finch has ever known, Cooper must decide whether to stop hiding or finally face the sins of his past. What do you think? Tell me.
I think that I like the picture of the front.
That's
I like the
what
cover.
we're going off, the cover.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with your performance?
Yes.
You actually picked out so many books that I've already read.
No, that's not true. I was just picking them out and reading the back. There's a big difference between you reading them and I'm reading.
That wasn't the point of the video.
Well, I make my point in your video. How about that?
Realistically, do you actually pay attention to my videos?
Yes, sometimes. But other times I just get caught up on work.
The amount of books you picked up that I had already read was slightly concerning.
No, it was not concerning.
Oh, this is the question that I wanted to ask you, or you started to touch on in the intro. In your own words, how would you describe my reading tastes?
Weird. You like crazy people. You like crazy stuff. Oh, he killed my wife and my dog. He cooked them and made them hot dogs. And he fed them to me the whole week. And then my son started hallucinations. I don't know, you like that stuff.
Well, these are the picks, and now I'm gonna read them. I'm officially back home from visiting my boyfriend. I was only there for the weekend, but now I'm back in my room. Yes, I am wearing the same exact t-shirt that I was wearing in the beginning, but listen, I am a creature of habit. I have more than enough t-shirts, but I do have my favorites, and this is one of them. And as you can see, this is quite literally the rattiest t-shirt that I own. There are holes everywhere in this t-shirt, but I will continue to wear this t-shirt until it literally falls apart. But I started 9 lives today. I am about halfway through. I'm on page 134, and so far so good. I don't have a ton of thoughts about it right now. I will say it's definitely heavier on the mystery side rather than the thriller. Like, there's not a lot of thrilling going on. It really is just like a big mystery as to what's going on. So like we said back in the car after we bought the books, this is about 9 different people. They all receive a list in the mail with their names on it. So it's a list of 9 names. The same list gets sent around to every person on the list, and you do get each of their point of views. Like, it goes in between each of the people as they receive the note, how they react to the note, what they do about it. They're all complete strangers. It doesn't seem like there's anything in common between any of them, and they're all very different. Like, they all lead very different lives. Like, one of them is a single woman who is a mistress to this older man and lives off the money that he pays her, basically. Another one is a struggling actor in LA, and another one is like a country singer in Texas. So all very different lives, and at this point, still at this point that I'm at, there's no connection between any of them. We have no idea why all of these people are on this list. But we do also get to see the like investigative work that's going on, because one of the names on the list is a woman who is an FBI agent. So she's like, I'm on this list. She has all the resources to kind of connect the dots, to do the research, to figure out what's going on. But yeah, when all these people got this note, they all kind of ignored it until one of the people on the note literally gets murdered. And then they're all kind of like, should we be worried about this? And then 2 days later, another name on the list gets murdered. I'm on the 3rd part of the book. This book is basically split up into 9 parts, and it starts at part 9. So as each person gets killed, it goes down a part. So currently 3 people on the list have been knocked off. We're down to 6 people, and they're all being killed in completely different ways. So everything is just a big mystery. It's just like, what is going on here? And I'm wondering who's gonna make it to the end. Who is gonna be the final girl, so to speak? Hopefully it's a girl, because I am rooting for the women. The one guy on the list literally is a sociopath, and he should get killed. So I'm so confused. I know this lighting is like not great, but I've just been sitting out here reading, and I just got to a part. There was like this little revelation, and now I feel like I need to go back and reread the entire book. I'm still not even to the end. I have about 20 pages left, so I still haven't even gotten to the whole big huge reveal. I'm almost finished. I have this much left, and I'm very eager to see what the whole big deal is. officially finished 9 Lives by Peter Swanson, and I think I would rate this a solid 3.75. 3.75 to 4 stars. Now, I have always lumped like mystery and thriller together. Like, this was very much a solid mystery, more so than a thriller. I definitely enjoyed it, but I do think I prefer more thriller elements mixed with the mystery, because I feel like when it's just straight mystery, straight trying to find out what's going on, I don't know, it can get a little boring. Like, it felt a tad bit slow paced, but like I said, I think I'm also just not very used to a true mystery that doesn't have a ton of thriller elements, but it was still good. I still enjoyed it. I was very curious to find out what the whole big deal was. The plot twists did get me, and I do think it would be fun to reread this knowing what I know now, knowing everything. Yeah, I didn't have a ton of expectations for how I thought this would end, but it still didn't end the way I expected it to. Now I'm going to start the other book that he picked for me, These Silent Woods by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. We're going to get this started. This one actually was on my TBR, so I'm glad that he picked it. We'll be back once I've read enough to have more thoughts. About like 100 pages into These Silent Woods. I didn't do a whole lot of reading this morning because, to be quite honest, I spent all morning Googling the Click series and experiencing middle school nostalgia. Like, did anyone else absolutely devour those books? Because I know I did. And yes, it was concerning. It was very concerning the way that 12-year-old me absolutely ate those books up. So I was Googling like where I could get the whole series, because I think it would be so fun to do a video just like rereading all of those books. Not only to like pump my brain full of nostalgia, but also to see just how like insane and unhinged those books were. Like, I remember the one girl, her like entire shtick, her entire personality was that she was always dieting. Like, she was chubby, she had an eating disorder, and she was always dieting. The most awful things for middle school girls to read. Anyways, that was my little tangent of the day. Yes, I'm about 100 pages in. So far, it's just been setting the scene, laying the groundwork, getting all the background. Cooper is the dad, Finch is the daughter, she's 8. They live isolated in the woods. Like I said a little bit earlier, Cooper's friend Jake would come to the cabin every single year and bring them like all their supplies for the year. Like, it would sustain them for however long. We also learn that Jake has like some health complications. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was like his leg. This year he does not end up showing up. Also get like snippets of the past from Cooper, the dad's POV. So we're starting to like piece together what happened in the past and like what led them to their current little situation. So we know Cooper was in the military. He fought in Afghanistan, comes home, and he struggles. He suffers from PTSD, panic attacks, that type of thing. We also learn that when Finch was a baby, they were involved in a car accident that kills the mom. So that's how Cooper becomes. And then we also learn that shortly after the mother dies, CPS comes and takes Finch away from Cooper. Now we're in present day. Cooper obviously has Finch. It's like 7 years later. And we know he's like hiding her. Like, he does not want people to know who she is, to know who they are. Like, there's a reason that he's hiding her. He also alludes to the fact that all those years ago, he did some pretty terrible things, but we don't know any of that. That chunk of the timeline is missing. But I just left off on the part where this young woman has like wandered into their territory. I think she's like a photographer because she was like taking pictures. So far, so good. I've also been picturing Cooper as like a scruffy Chris Evans, and it's working for me. Like, a long time ago, I watched that movie where he like was an uncle and like he had custody of his niece, and she was like a genius, like child prodigy, and it was like him and her, and she ends up getting taken away. I'm imagining that duo. Like, that little girl is Finch. So I'm gonna read a little bit more and then we'll be back. What y'all know about these peanut butter M&Ms? As me, I know quite a lot. So I finished These Silent Woods last night, and let me tell you, I was not expecting my heartstrings to be tugged upon like they were with this book. I very, very, very much enjoyed this book. I'm between a 4 and a 4.5, definitely closer to a 4.5. This was just so good. I love the way that this book ended. It was one of those endings where you're just sitting there and you're like, oh my poor heart. This was just one of those like thriller mysteries that is very much also a story. Like, this is the way that I described Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. Like, a lot of like thriller mysteries well, the ones that I've read, they depend very much on kind of like shock value, or like the shock of the plot twist, the shock of like finding out what's going on. But then some are just like deeper than that. Like they have a true story to them. Like honestly, I would place this closer to literary fiction than mysteries or thrillers. Like I think it's literary fiction with aspects of thriller / mystery, but I enjoyed it the entire time. The ending was so sweet and so beautiful. Like I would 100% read this book again, and I don't necessarily feel that way with a lot of like mystery thrillers ish. Most of them are kind of just like a one and done, like you don't need to experience it again. I also feel like this just very much could have been inspired by that movie that I mentioned earlier. I looked it up, it's called Gifted. Like it probably wasn't inspired by that, but in my head it was. Like this is Cooper and Finch to me. Overall, so good, so much deeper than your typical short thriller mystery. Thoroughly enjoyed. But I guess that's it for this video of my boyfriend picking my TBR. I really had so much fun going book shopping with him, so we will definitely do another video like this because he's not going anywhere. And I like seeing the books that he would pick out for me because he's gonna pick out books that I probably never would have picked out for myself. Yeah, I just had a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you decide to stick around. And I'll see you in the next one.
You want to do the thing?